Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I know. We've messed it up. We're not used to it. Welcome to the Be Sober podcast. I am Lisa, one of the hosts.
And I'm Alex, the other one. Why do we always find that introduction so awkward and hard?
I don't know. Maybe we need to pre-record one.
Well, we don't, do we though?
No, we don't. Actually, welcome to the very, very last episode of the Be Sober podcast. And I know we've done this before. But we really vu. And you know what? We're going out on a high with today's guest, aren't we? But It is the last Be Sober podcast that Alex and I will be doing.
Ever.
But do not fret. Because if you do like us and you do want more, then we are actually recording a brand new podcast.
Yeah, we're starting a really brand new revamp. We have no idea how this is going to go because you think this one's unfiltered.
Oh, yeah. This next one is going to be seriously unfiltered. And I think we've both been ready for a change. So we've done the Be Sober podcast now for nearly 6 years.
I think it is 6 years this August or something.
And that's a long time, and we've given a lot to it. And it started off with our amazing, funny, sober stories and Alex spitting grapes and, you know.
Oh, why did you have to bring that up?
Because it was at the beginning. It was on the first one, so we might as well talk about it on the last one. But, it's kind of come full circle for us. And I think we've got to the point now where sobriety is just such a part of our lives that we've both been finding it really hard to kind of stay on that subject, and our lives have moved forward so much, which is the amazing thing about sobriety.
Yeah,
our lives have changed so much and moved forward so much that we really want to be talking about everything.
Life. Just life.
Yeah, just because life.
For us now, thankfully, and hopefully for a load of you as well, sobriety is just our way of life. It doesn't define us. It's not who we are. We just do it because we want to.
Which is amazing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It is amazing to be there. But yeah, basically we are doing a brand new podcast. It's going to be called Rewritten.
I keep wanting to call it Rewired. What's wrong with me? I need rewiring. Rewritten is correct.
Rewritten. We have just opened the new Instagram. There's only me and Alex following it actually at the moment, but it's rewritten_podcast. So when it comes out, we'll put all the information on there. But basically, what we've said, it's going to be real talk, big laughs, honest chats, rewriting the rules for women who still feel pretty cool.
And if you're a man, you can listen because you'll know all about what midlife women are getting up to.
Yeah, I think it's really good. We've been friends since we were, before I was a teenager. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. We're both in our 40s now, and
I'm only just hanging on in there, Lisa, to be fair.
And we still feel cool and fab, and I think it'll be so good to kind of talk about all them things.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll be able to avoid the topic of sobriety, will we? Because it is very much part of our lives.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's not like we're going to go out and get absolutely pissed. Is it, Alex?
Yeah, we're not moving on. We're not going backwards here. We're going forwards. We're staying sober. And if you're not yet at the point where, and you're thinking, oh, well, this is brilliant, I'm not yet at the point where it's just normal life for me, you will be. You absolutely will be if you keep doing the work. Because I never thought, genuinely, all that time ago, that I would ever get to the stage of it just being normality and not having to think about it. I still remember my very first journal entry where I likened my first day of sobriety to having a red car and all I could see was other red cars. I didn't think I'd ever thought about drinking on a Monday morning, but because I'd decided to go sober, it's all I could think about. And literally now I never think about it.
I do still. I do still think about it a lot. Like, not that, but more in a really, I'm sorry guys, but really in a cliche way that like, I am so grateful. And every time something good happens in my life, I do put it down to sobriety. Like the things that I'm doing now are all because I made that decision to go sober. So I've just come back off an incredible retreat in Portugal. Like, I wouldn't have done that, or I wouldn't have necessarily been able to afford to do that had I never stopped drinking. It's all because I made that decision. So I do kind of think about it. And then this weekend, I was at a festival with my mum. And I forgot, because I'm so in a sober bubble and surrounded by non-drinkers. Any festivals and stuff like that have all been like non-drinking ones that I've gone to. So it really shocked me this weekend. I was kind of there and like there were loads of drinking. I could smell weed. I was like, oh my God, like I'm talking like beer for breakfast energy at this festival. Like, so it's on my mind there when I'm there, like that I don't drink, but I don't feel the need to say it anymore. Like I was stood somewhere and this guy come over with 2 cans. I've never even heard of the beer. And he was like, do you want a beer, love? And I was like, no, I'm all right. Thank you so much though. And that's where I feel like I've seen the difference, that I don't feel the need to go, oh, I don't actually drink anymore. I just go, no, I'm all right, thanks.
I'm not going to waste my breath telling people.
Yeah, but that's taken a long time to do that.
That's exactly where I am when I say I don't think about it, like, because similarly to you, although I don't put everything down to it, but I do think things like, here we go. So I'm like you, cliched. The church, the organ, all that stuff that I do. There is no way. I wouldn't have been up on a Sunday morning to do that. It would have felt like such a hassle having to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Like getting up on a Sunday morning was just a hassle.
Yeah, you don't get out of bed, do you?
Yeah, like why would you get up? But now we're like up and about, and if I think about like the things that you fit into your life.
When I saw a meme the other day and I just love it. I've seen it a few times. Like, dear old people, early mornings, early nights, reading books, cups of tea in bed. You were right. I was wrong.
I like that. I actually like that because I do really enjoy that. I've tried to start drinking tea again, actually.
Why?
That's because I'm trying to come off oat milk, right?
Oh God!
Because there's so much shit in oat milk. I'm coming off it. And what it's made me realise is that I'm not necessarily loving my coffee that much without the oat milk. So I feel like I was more addicted to the oat milk with all the sugary shit than I was the coffee. So I've been drinking
coffee with cream, Lisa. I know, and I'm not addicted to the coffee the same because coffee with milk just don't cut it for me now.
Yeah, and black coffee, I don't mind it now and again, but like I'm not thinking, oh my God, I want a coffee. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Why were I telling you that I would drink? Oh, because you'd said about that meme. I'm like, why the hell am I talking about the fact that...
Speaking of that, there's a reason why you're coming off oat milk, because like, tell everybody where you've just been, which is another good thing about sobriety for you.
The retreat that I've just been on.
Yeah.
So I've just been on a retreat in Portugal that was done by Holly, who is actually one of the Be Sober ambassadors.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely, I loved it. It was incredible. And you know what I felt actually, which is really weird. I used to have anxiety about doing anything new, and that came from drinking a lot more. I found that my anxiety kind of like diminished a lot when I stopped drinking. So and doing things more, the more you do it, the less anxious you get about it, I suppose. And I've flown quite a lot on my own to go and see my mum. But yeah, just going on the retreat on my own, I wasn't anxious about any of it. I just really enjoyed it. And even when I was there, when you get to spend your own time, something that I used to think that I'd worry about is when we were all having dinner together, is like, oh my God, I've not seen anyone for an hour or two, like, and then I'm going to go down for dinner. And like, I would just overthink stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just didn't. I just massively was able to relax. But yeah, there was a lady there called Kelly, and she is a chef for, I think she does quite a bit of celebrity chefing, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Was she like one of the guests, or was she a chef there?
She was the chef for the retreat, and it was vegan food all week. And I've not been vegan for a long time. And the food was just incredible. And I've been ready for a reset. Like, we've been talking quite a while about it. Like, you did Lent and, you know, stuff like that, give up chocolate. And I know it's been coming. And I knew when it was going to happen, it was going to be all or nothing.
Yeah.
So obviously it's all. So I'm full in. The food that this lady, Kelly, cooked was incredible. And it just got me thinking about how I've slipped into eating processed shit. Because it's easy. And it happened to be gluten-free and vegan. So I've stayed away from dairy and gluten. And I didn't have coffee. And I've come away from this retreat feeling amazing. And I don't know whether it's the lack of gluten, the lack of coffee, or the vegan food. Do you know what I mean? Because I've kind of done it all at once.
Yeah, it's weird you should be saying that, you know, because we were talking just a similar sort of thing. We were talking this morning about me testing a new collagen, and one of our members was saying, well, how will you know it's the collagen? Because you change loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've started taking that new supplement as well, that NMN thing. So I don't know whether it's that either. So now I've got to do all these things forever to keep feeling this good. But it has really inspired me to start cooking again. Yesterday I made my own hummus. I've made my own granola. I will never go back to shop-bought granola. Like, it is so... Do you like granola?
Yeah, I do like granola, but obviously because the shop bought stuff, it's so sweet and sugary and full of stuff. I've gone off it. But I guess if you're making your own and you know it's not that,
I'll bring you some. That's what I was thinking. Like, if you like it, I'll bring you some of this that I've made. But yeah, I've been proper cooking again, and it's been nice to kind of relight that, because I've just been so bored of cooking. Oh no, you know what I did do? I realised when I was there, everyone was talking about cooking, and I'm like, why do I not want to cook anymore? And there was like, oh, you could batch cook this, and you could batch cook that, and you can freeze this, and you can freeze this. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking freezer, freeze this, freeze that. And then I thought, oh my God, it's my freezer. I hate my freezer. So my freezer is in the conservatory.
Oh, honestly, you're so like, what's the word?
No, but it is. It was a light bulb moment. Like, I hate my freezer. My ex got that freezer as well. I don't even want that freezer. So it's got so much negative
energy. It should be in it. That's why.
Yeah, it should.
It
should. It might be. It might be. But no, I realised I've got, like, it was a chest freezer. So when people were talking about freeze this, all I could imagine was my freezing cold hands trying to dig out this food. And yeah, so while I was at the retreat, I ordered a new freezer. I messaged Rob and I was like, new freezer being delivered on Wednesday. And he was like, what the hell? Just stuff like that doesn't surprise him anymore. But
no, it doesn't surprise me. And I know that a lot of people would be massively surprised by your sort of like, that's what you are. You're very impulsive.
Yeah, impulsive. So new freezer and a load of new glass Tupperware.
That's not Tupperware then, is it? They're glass stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. Glass containers then. Glass containers that you can, they've got a plasticky lid.
No, I know exactly what you mean, because weirdly, it's funny because I only realised that they were for freezers the other day. So I'm saying glass Tupperware is a bit of a thing, but I only realised they were for freezers the other day when Leah told me that's why the lids aren't secure on them, because it allows expansion. I was like, oh, all right.
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah. I did, but I didn't think about it.
You didn't think about it, yeah.
Anyway,
like Daniel bought them for Leah.
Tall freezer now, and I actually chat GPT'd exactly where everything goes, right? Because we think we know. So I asked them to tell me where to put things in the freezer. So now I've got, like, it's all really organised. Everything I've batch cooked. I bought labels and a new Sharpie. Rob was like, we've got loads of Sharpies. I was like, no, we needed a new Sharpie. I
want a new one for my new freezer and my new methods.
Yeah, and my new labels. And then And then I also got a list of where all your fridge stuff goes. You know, like all your fruit and veg and what can be on the counter and what can. And I feel like it's all lasting so much longer because I'm following the rules.
So I'm looking down at my phone now because our guest has just messaged and she's struggling to get in. So just hold on. Right.
I feel like you sent her the link to the other thing, me.
No, I didn't. I've sent it again. It's the same one.
Press pause.
I'm going to pause the meeting. 2 minutes, we'll be back. You won't even know we've gone.
No, that's what I mean. I don't know why you're saying it.
Yeah, but because you've said press pause, so I've got to explain now. We're not actually pausing.
I was trying to mime it, but then...
I bet people are like, actually, so I'm not going to press pause because she might not even get in. But do you know what's really funny? Is people will be like, thank God this is the last episode. You two are just...
I would be.
Yeah, are you fed up of us?
Me?
Yeah, you fed up of us?
No, that's why we're doing another one. Are you fed up of us? Are you trying to say you're fed up of us?
No.
Have you paused it?
No.
Is this our real conversation?
This is our real conversation. This is what we actually talk about. Oh, wait, here we go. Our guest is here. So, right, we've got on Emma. She's actually one of Ruth Jones's friends.
She is.
And they met on East is East. Now, I know that she's actually on set at the moment in a theatre, which is why she's struggling to get in.
Hiya.
She's here. Hi, Emma. You're called Toby on screen, but you're not called Toby. You're called Emma, aren't you?
I've had to use his phone. I don't know what's going on. I'm really sorry.
Hi, Emma. Oh, wow.
It's lovely to meet you.
And you. Thanks for having me on. I'll go somewhere. I'm going to sit in the little cafe. Sorry about all that.
Don't worry. We just talked like nonsense and Lisa tried to get me to pause and then I didn't pause and then we had a whole conversation about whether we were fed up of each other and basically that's now on the front of your podcast, but that's absolutely fine.
Podcast and you're always saying about how you're getting fed up of each other.
Alex must be fed up of me because now you've said it.
I'm not, I promise you I'm not, I promise. So Emma, tell us a little bit about how you know Ruth, because this came about because of that, didn't it?
Yeah, so I met her in East is East and we've just been really good friends ever since, always kept in touch. Then she got me into her programme Stella.
Yeah, I was just going to say you played, was it Celia in Stella?
Yeah, I did, yeah. So, of course, I'm hoping she might write something else and put me in it. But no, we're really good friends, yeah. And one of our topics of conversation a lot is drinking.
Yeah.
And being sober and not being sober and just I keep trying and failing, I'll be honest.
Emma, I'm really excited to get in because I want to ask you about that and I want to ask about the play because we've not had the chance to see Soaked yet. I know it's on in Manchester in July, isn't it? So
yeah.
We're going to put the link so people can get tickets.
Brilliant.
So they can come and see it. But we have looked at like some of the reviews and it sounds like it sounds like there's a lot of humour in there and it's a very like powerful play if you like, but Imogen, so you play Imogen in Soaked.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. And she kind of sounds like a character that we've probably been or met in Be Sober, because I think one of the things that I'd read was that she's like tired of waking up with unexplained bruises, tired of beating herself up every single day when she's drunk too much, and tired of being tired. That's something we always say. I'm just
sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about that, about the play in your own words and what inspired you to write it? Was it you? How much of you is in it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of recognisable characters in it and I've done a lot of research as well on it, and so people when they come they will recognise things that you just always say and all the things that people say to you to carry on drinking as well. It's so relatable in that way. Like, oh, come on, just have one. It's Thirsty Thursday. Or eating is cheating. I'll get all that in. And I've always liked to drink, if I'm honest. But then I sometimes can be sober and I love that as well. But then I beat myself up all the time about it. And I just got so tired of doing that. And I was just with people that were drinking quite a lot as well, and I'd think, oh my goodness, look how much everybody's drinking, and I don't know, I don't want to say too much, but I was just like, I've got to write about this. And then I met this girl who told me, actually I met her, I won't say where I met her, but anyway, I met because I don't want to drop her in it, because some people don't, and she said she was teetotal, and I was just fascinated about, well, can you be teetotal? One life's all right. And she was going, oh my, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. And I interviewed her, and she told me a story. And basically, just on a normal night, she ended up getting drunk with some neighbours, and something bad happened. And I just thought, oh my goodness, can that actually, oh my gosh. So I just started thinking, this could be like a really good play. It's something I do want people to talk about. It's not a piece of, it's not a judgment piece. It's just, it is fun. There's a lot of humour in it. It's just asking you to examine how much you're drinking, really, and about how the world wants us to drink. It's just put on us all the time, on posters, on birthday cards, on all this sweet cider and stuff. And it just drives me mad, really, that the government's allowing it, and then we're doing it.
It's so frustrating, isn't it? And I love that you've done something like this. Was it quite like cathartic to write, do you think?
Yeah. And even now when I say the lines, I just think, oh, blimey, yeah, gosh. But no, it is cathartic. Yeah, it is.
It's normal what you're saying though as well, because obviously, look, we were just having a conversation at the start about how we're in a little bit of a sober bubble now. We're surrounded a lot of the time by people either who are sober or who are trying to get sober. But I don't know if we named it or if it's just been named this and we've stolen it. Probably if it's me, because I like to steal people's ideas. But glory stories. Everybody's got that glory story of, oh, last night I had 10 pints and this happened, and we sort of put humour into what should be quite sad stories. Do you not think, like, oh, I fell over and I broke my arm? I mean, you wouldn't laugh at that in any other situation, would you? And that is me, by the way. I did fall over and break my arm drunk.
Did you?
Yeah, but at a funeral. Dancing at a funeral. So, all that is just, but it was a funny story, and it's really not that funny.
To be fair, it was a bit of a funny story, and the video was really funny, but I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't laugh at that. If somebody fell and broke their arm dancing sober, people would just go, oh my God, like she's really hurt herself. But instead I sat there with an ice pack on in the bar, crying, drunk, going, oh, I think I've broken my arm, and everyone was just like, you'll be fine. My husband was poking it and just said it's fine. It was only the next day when we all kind of sobered up. It was like, oh wow, I have actually broken my arm. It's a real break.
Oh, well, I do that in the play.
Oh, do you? Nah.
Yeah. I shouldn't maybe say that, but yeah, I do. Yeah. So it's all that, isn't it? And it's like when you see like people send me videos of like people drunk, on YouTube or whatever, girls falling into the hedge, and I go, oh God, that's not funny. It's just awful. But anyway,
it's really dangerous as well, isn't it? The situations that, like Lisa and I were out a couple of years back now, and we were on a night out near Christmas, and there was somebody in the bar, and they were that drunk they couldn't even sit on a chair. It was just dangerously drunk. There's people being left in clubs, in alleyways, being put into taxis on their own. It's just so dangerous. And we find it amusing. The next day you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, I don't remember the end of the night. That's dangerous. It's really, I know that I sound a bit preachy now with it, but when you really think about it, it's actually really awful, isn't it?
Oh no! Well, in the play as well, we talk about moderating, because I know you guys talk a lot about moderating, and it's like that thing of, I'm sick of trying to moderate. It's just hard work all the time,
It's like you think about it more, I think, when you're moderating. Like if you tell yourself, right, I'm going to go out and I'm only going to have a couple of glasses, and there's all these rules around it, and it just becomes so exhausting.
Harder than not having it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But then when you've had it, it changes your mindset anyway. So you've spent all week, right, telling yourself that you're going to moderate. You're going to go, right, I'm just going to have a couple and I'll be on for such a time or whatever. And then a few glasses of wine and your brain chemistry changes, and then you go, fuck it. Okay. And then that's it then. And then that's, I feel like you wake up the next day, then you're beating yourself up and you hate yourself because you spent a full week trying to put all these rules into place and wake up like, what the hell? I've done it again. Like, and that's when you're like beating yourself up, like, I'm useless, I can't do this, I can't do it. But like you said, it's just pushed on us all the time, that it's a normal thing to drink,
and surely if we're like, even those words, they're so like contradictory, aren't they? Trying to moderate, because if you could moderate, you wouldn't need to try to moderate. It's weird, isn't it?
But if ever because I'm going to be honest, I do still drink, right? So I do feel a bit naughty doing this. But in a way, it's quite nice.
It's good. This conversation, Emma. It's good. We like this because not everybody is sober. People are listening here, and they're in the same boat, and it's really relatable for people.
I think so. You fall off the wagon, you try again and all, and then you think, oh, fuck it, whatever. But like, if I do give up, like people will say to me, like even my mum will go, well, Emma, you're so extreme, you're one or the other. Just moderate. And I think, I can't moderate. It is that, I just wish people could understand, But so you'll recognise loads of lines in the play.
What kind of people are coming to watch the play then? That's what I'm interested in. Do you have people kind of like nodding along going, or like, are they shocked?
Yeah, funny because I wanted to write a play with a real message, a real hard-hitting piece of theatre. But people do come away. People go, when they've been outside, they go, God, it's like a nightclub's emptied. Everybody's going, that was brilliant, that was great, And yeah, some of them have had a drink, ironically, Do
you know what? Sorry, I was looking before because it's at the Manchester Fringe at the King's Arms. Yeah. So I was just looking on the map to see where the King's Arms was. Have you noticed this, right? But right behind it is something called the School of Wine. And I was like, that is just like so ironic.
We've played the King's Arms we've done this play 8 years ago, and it's just been brought back because people love it and everything. So I don't remember that. That must be a new thing.
Yeah.
We're playing Manchester Fringe. Yeah, I'm quite nervous about that. Yeah.
So when did you write the play?
I'm going to put the link in our Be Sober group. I've just been checking the dates, and I think I'm going to come along on the Saturday.
What date is it, Lisa?
24th, 25th and 26th. So we're at the Farm Club on the 25th, Bella. It's on Friday. And then
we'll do it the day after.
On the Saturday.
So when did you write this play? When was it first written, Emma?
That's why I wrote it 8 years ago now. I got Arts Council funding from it as well. So that was amazing. So got paid to write it and put it on. And we did one tour, like just a Cumbrian tour up here, and then we went to Theatre by the Lake for a week. They wanted it. And it really should be something that I take lots of places. I'm thinking now of festivals,
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Is it appropriate for like college age, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Age 14 upwards, It is good fun, but it has a message and it's very proppy. That's the only thing. It's hard work to do. It is. We're just going through the props now. I'm like, oh my goodness. And getting like all the stuff that has to look like red wine, like, grape juice and everything. We have to drink a lot of that. We get shakes because we're all like full of sugar afterwards. There's 3 characters in it, myself and a guy called Toby Gaffney, who I do a lot of work with. He plays my husband. And then we've got this wonderful actress called Steph Bradshaw. She's a stand-up comedian as well, and she lives in Manchester. And she's playing the role of Maddie. So she sort of comes in and just like flips it all over again, and just crazy things happen. And, and then we all just...
Have you got a favourite bit? Have you got a favourite part in it?
Probably the party scene. Yeah. Yeah, that is quite fun actually. Yeah. And we all just
can't wait to see it.
Oh, good. It is just good fun. And we just all have our own wake-up calls,
Yeah. Did you always know that you would play, that when you was writing it, did you know that you'd play Imogen, the main part?
A good question, that. I dabbled with the part of Maddie as well. I did think, I'll play Maddie, because that was smaller, because I wanted a bit less to do. But I'm too old. I'm too old for Maddie. So, I play Imogen, Yeah. Marketing executive. High-functioning alcoholics, basically. I've read all those books, so they say if you can't get through a weekend without a drink, you're an alcoholic. So that's
It's
true.
funny because I have a conversation with a client. I'm a personal trainer as well in my real big life. And I have a conversation with a client and she openly just says, yeah, I'm probably a functioning alcoholic. It's even that now is quite a normal thing to be, especially as a woman, I think, because the pressures of motherhood and bringing your employment and all these high-powered jobs, entertaining, etc. It means that the expectation to have alcohol more frequently and in higher volumes is there for women. I mean, we brought it on ourselves, didn't we, females? We raved for equality in the Ladette era, and then we got it, and we've basically just like created a generation of functioning alcoholics, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, obviously, I lived through I obviously lived through the 90s and the 80s, and it was that culture of, it was good fun, actually.
It was good fun. It was good fun. I think and I don't think it's like a bad thing for us to say that. You know, some people will say, I wish I'd never had a drink. I wish I'd never started in the first place. I'm very much the other way. And I regret incidents. I regret certain points of when I've been too drunk, but I genuinely don't regret a lot of my partying days. Like, some of my best fun was pissed. It was. It's not all of it. I would much prefer being sober and being on the other side for the all round life thing. But I'm not going to pretend that I don't and didn't find myself hilariously funny, because I really did.
What was it? You stopped drinking then? Was it the funeral incident?
No. Gosh, no. There was all sorts of other deaths and everything that went on that didn't stop me. No. Eventually it just became the point where well-being wise, I mean, the story's right back at the beginning, but I ended up I'd had a couple of miscarriages about 6 years ago. It's coming. In fact, it's 6 years next year that I've been stopped. And Lisa had stopped drinking the year before me. And it just got to a point where I thought, she looks like she's actually doing really, really well and better than she was drinking. And I'm in this place of just not being in a good headspace at all. I'm sick of waking up hungover. I feel groggy. I'm going to give it a go. And it was literally just that. And I've just never looked back, just absolutely never looked back. I can't imagine myself ever going back to that. And I've got to be careful, because part of me thinks if I did go back, I'd be fine and I'd be able to moderate it. That's a very dangerous place to live in. For me.
Do you still go into pubs though?
Yeah. Right. Probably not as much, but I probably miss going and dancing. And I was quite a loud party person. Would you? Yeah, I was one, Lisa, loud and party animal. I loved it. You know, and no shame attached to stupid things either. I think that's the thing. So whereas some people wake up with that anxiety and stuff, I didn't. I just loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Looking back, I'm like, oh God. But I did think I was funny. I still think I was funny.
More about women, like, I know why I drink, because I get stress, and it takes the edge off. And at the moment, quite a few things going on that's making me stressed, and I think, I just can't do it. But I know I will do it again.
Yeah, it's that cycle, innit? I think of like drinking because you're stressed, but then actually the drink causing even more stress, and it's like trying to get out of that cycle. It's not
so
always
multifactorial though, isn't it? You know, like, was it Josh Connolly that said to us, Lisa, that I'm sure it was Josh, that alcohol did its job? That it was like, people will say, oh, you shouldn't drink, but for him it was numbing, and it did its job. He said it on this podcast, and I think that's it. It does temporarily do all the things we want it for. But sadly for me, and I'm not speaking for everyone here, I didn't have other tools I didn't know how to soothe anxiety. So alcohol did work, and I didn't have any other way of doing it. And I think that's the difficult bit, isn't it? It's growing at the same time, being able to give it up whilst also developing the tools to change.
You've got to change things, I think, as well. You know, like you said about going to the pubs, and do you miss it? Like, I don't go in pubs. I don't enjoy them. I don't without a drink. If I was going to the pub, I drank, because actually now I realise going to the pub is really fucking boring. Like, I'm just sat around, and it's great once you've had the first conversation, but when it keeps going and going and going, and you realise, like, all right, we're just having the same conversation now every hour kind of thing. You're like, I don't miss that part at all.
That's probably why you drank though, isn't it, is what you say, to get you in the place where you could tolerate that.
Yeah, but I didn't know that at the time. Like you said, I just assumed everybody drank. I never saw it as an option not to drink, if that makes sense. So, like, my grandma had pubs on both sides of my families. My mum had a pub. We had bars in the living room back then. Like, I remember my mum having a bar in the living room and me going behind it and serving. I could, like, pour the best gin and tonic when I was like 7 ever. You know what I mean? And my mum was right proud. She'd be like, oh, get Lisa to do it. Oh, she makes a lovely G&T. And then going to my grandma's, there was Baby Sham, and she had a bar in a living room. So growing up in that kind of them environments, I didn't know anything other than to drink. But actually, now I know I'm not that outgoing, and I don't love being in pubs, and so for me drinking kind of took all the anxiety and awkwardness away of being stood there thinking, oh my God, what shall I say, what, you know, like, so I kind of drank for different reasons, but I didn't know that until I stopped drinking, if that makes sense.
I've discovered trip drinks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like them.
Yeah, in fact, I wrote to them to sponsor us, but they haven't written me back. So, but I'll still drink them.
We'll blur that bit out.
They are quite good, yeah.
We won't really. We don't edit anything.
No, we don't. It is what it is.
I'm just thinking about some of the things I've said. I'm thinking, oh God, I hope they edit that.
No.
I'm dying to know, how did Ruth get on at that camping weekend? Because when she told me, I laughed my socks off.
Oh, she loved it. She was amazing, weren't she?
Yeah. She loved it, and she did like...
I'm saying that, she'll be listening now going, that's what they think. No. That's what a good actress I am.
She's very brave, though. She's, you know, considering who she is, to rock up and do that, you know.
It was really good, actually, because in the main, I mean, there were about 60 people on that weekend, and in the main, other than one or two, people kept their starstruckdom very hidden. Yeah. They were very good, and they let her be. They just let her be Ruth, not Ruth the actress. She was just herself, and I think she really wound down into it. So it was great fun having her, actually.
Oh, do you know what?
After the initial turning up, people just sort of were all right, weren't they, Lisa?
Yeah, we've got a gorgeous video at the end as well, Emma, where we had everybody up round the campfire, and Ruth had started everyone singing, and then by the end, everybody was doing My Way, Frank Sinatra, completely sober, which was amazing. The full,
got
we've got a video
again.
of it, and it's just gorgeous. But it was so nice to have her there.
I need to come on one, I think, because it would be, because as I say, my world is there's drinking involved in it, where I don't want to say where it happens a lot, because I don't want to put people into trouble really, but
yeah. I think it's just in your line of work, Emma, that is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, even your players like are in them environments, aren't they? It kind of comes with it. So I think it's really difficult. Yeah. To not drink in them situations. I don't think it's impossible. I definitely think it's possible, and I think, but I do think it's difficult to do.
My dad was a musician, and he used to go all on the clubs and pubs everywhere and played the guitar. And my dad was, in his own words, an alcoholic. I'm not labelling him. And He ended up stopping drinking at the end of his life for the last 9 years and continued to work in that environment sober. And there was nothing then, back then. It was, he's been dead for 16 years. So you're talking 26 years ago that this started for him. There was nothing other than calibers. Do you know what I mean? There were no, people saw it as a weak thing to do to stop drinking. There were calibers. And he...
I remember Caliber.
Yeah,
they used to be
Caliber.
at the bottom of the fridge as well.
Oh, dusty.
Or you'd be lucky if they were in a fridge, so then you'd get a warm one.
Yeah, but he did, and even in that profession where he was having to go to pubs and clubs and singing, and everybody on stage, there were 3-4 pints in. You see it yourself, stand-up comedians, they have a pint on stage, don't they? It's like a lot of them. But he did still do it, and once he was over that initial couple of years, which sounds ages when you say it out loud, but it was just his way of life, and he was all right. So I think the industry you're in, I think acting in general, any sort of TV, music, film, theatre, it's that kind of work. Same with certain professions, marketing professionals, they're all over it.
It's a marketing executive.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think there's a lot of actors now that don't drink. A lot of people that I used to work with have all gone teetotal.
It's really nice to see as well, because I think what's changing a lot in society now, and with people coming out and talking about it, is that you don't have to necessarily be an alcoholic to stop drinking. And there's a lot of people coming out saying, I don't drink because it just doesn't serve me anymore. Yeah. And I think they're changing the way it's looked at, because it's changed in the last 7 years since I stopped drinking. When I first stopped and I told people that I weren't drinking, every single person would go, oh, is that because you've got a problem, or is there a story there? And that don't really happen anymore. And I know that younger people, like, I was reading something the other day, and there's from Alcohol Change, and they were saying people in the 20s are just not drinking to the level that we were when we were in our 20s. They're doing other stuff, but I do think it's changing. And I think
ketamine and cocaine.
Well, I'm a bit worried. I do worry about the pubs though shutting, because I would hate it if all the pubs shut, because people aren't blooming drinking, they're already.
Yeah, but I think that's where they need to get, move with the times a little bit and get other stuff on, and get people want a little bit more entertainment, or they want nice food and nice, alcohol-free drinks and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that's what I was just going to say, Lisa. Maybe that's why I'm still enjoying the pub, because round where I live, the pubs are very, very good at the non-alcoholic stuff. There's most of them have got a Heineken Zero and a Zero free Guinness on tap. Food menus are really good. They're not pubby pubs anymore where I kind of go. I think it's sad and dangerous that the pubs will close. I do. I get what you're saying.
It's awful to see them closed. Even round here, it is horrible to see them closed.
To be honest, we were rehearsing in Keswick the other day. We did go to the pub, and we were so excited sitting there. We were going, oh my God, we're in a pub. It was really nice,
I was in Keswick the other day.
Oh, well, that's where I live near there. I'm in a place called Cockermouth at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I was right near there, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I go quite a lot. I've got a camper van, so me and my boyfriend go with the dog quite a lot. But Keswick is my favourite place. I love it. I'm always looking out for houses around there when I go. I love it.
Are you now?
Pardon?
Where do you two live?
So I live in a little village called Littleborough near Hollingworth Lake. It's kind of between Manchester and Leeds.
It's beautiful, and it's got a gorgeous lake.
Well, there's a sailing club there, isn't there?
Yeah. I live right down the road from there, yeah.
And I'm just south of Stockport, in between Cheadlehume and Bramhall, so...
Okay.
But I'm not from here originally. Me and Lisa were both born Littleborough.
Right, okay. All right.
How do you know Littleborough? What were you going to say then?
I don't know Littleborough.
Oh.
No, I wasn't going to say anything, no.
The sailing club?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm a sailor, yeah, so yeah.
Right.
Like sailing club, yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. Look at that little sneaky
connection. But yeah, all the things that you're saying about drinking, as I say, it is in my play. You will be nodding a lot. Yeah, that the alcoholic line. Yeah, I've got that in as well, you know. So I have done my research on this. When I say that, I haven't just been drinking. I've read all the books.
Yeah. I think it's a really brave thing to do. I really do, honestly. To put something out there like this is brave, especially if it's so relatable to yourself as well. It must be quite difficult for you to...
Yeah, but I was just going to say the same about what you're saying about alcoholics there, and even like the whole you don't have to be an alcoholic to want to stop drinking. That helps so many people who are ashamed of their drinking. Like, you can have alcohol dependency, you might not have alcohol dependency, but if it becomes normalised that actually anybody can give up drinking, doesn't that make it easier for people who have got what they would consider a problem to go, oh, I can do this because it doesn't mean I've got a problem. There's no assumption anymore attached to it.
I know. I was going to say, Ruth told me, she said, write about what you know. So, but my first play was about a mother-daughter relationship. So we all know about them, don't we? And then, as I say, then I wrote soap. But I just thought that was quite funny. Yeah, write about what you know. So yeah, as I say, I'm not coming on. I'm not being all judgy. I suppose it might come across a bit judgy, but I just want to say to people, I've been there. I am still there at times. Yeah. Asking everybody just to go, maybe there's a different way, or you know, I don't know.
Where tell us everywhere, if you can remember, as many places. Where's it going to in the country?
Well, we're doing a really small tour at the moment because I only decided to do this a few months ago because a lady sponsored us, actually. She's a little theatre angel, and she said, look, put it on again, I love it. So we're only going to Dumfries Theatre Royal on the 4th of June, so that's a week today. And then we're going to the Kergate Centre, which I'm in there now, Cockermouth, for 14th and 15th of June. They've been very supportive. Big shout out to the Kergate Centre. And then Penn Playhouse on the 16th of June. And then the King's Arm Salford for Greater Manchester. Fringe, 24th to the 26th of July. And then, as I say, we're doing it again in November as well, just up here mainly. But as I say, just look out for it because I think I am going to start thinking about doing festivals and, just vlogging it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good idea.
Well, we'll pop the link on for this tour. We'll pop that into the show notes, and obviously we'll share it with our members as well if you want us to share any information, because there's quite a few dotted up and down the country that might want to come along. So.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, great, thank you. Yeah, well, some of them, because last time I did it, I got in touch with Soberistas. You know Lucy Rocker.
Oh yeah, we've had Lucy on.
Oh yeah, well, she's great. So some of them came. So they really enjoyed it in Manchester. Yeah, so.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we'll get this one advertised in Manchester. It'll probably be the Saturday that we'll come to. And we'll put the link on the podcast. We'll put it in our members group as well. But yeah.
Have we asked you everything you want to say, Emma, or is there anything you want to tell anybody anything, just, like about your sailing or anything, really?
Anything what? About what?
Could be about your sailing or anything. It doesn't have to be to do with alcohol.
Capsized, had a great time with my husband. It was good fun with all my friends there. It was lovely. They're a great bunch. And they came and sold out my theatre, my sailing club, whatever. I love them. Joe's got a really good musical score as well, really original, really good music in it as well. So yeah, you just basically come in. It's a fun night out, entertaining, lots of laughs, lots of shocks, but a message as well.
Brilliant. Thank you. And thank you for doing it and opening up the conversation, I suppose. It's really nice to kind of have stuff like this that people can go and, like you say, have a really good think about, because everybody knows somebody, or whether it's them kind of sat there really relating to it, you've opened up that within them, and that's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like the dialogue in it is very naturalistic. So, as I say, people will just recognise the situations and everything. So, it's not heavy theatre.
What's your aim, Emma? Like at the end, like when people walk away, what do you hope that they've kind of got out of it when they go?
Well, First of all, I'd love it if they thought, God, I want to go to the theatre more, because theatre's struggling at the moment. And I know people came to see my show, have never been to the theatre before, and they came and went, oh my God, I love that. I want to go and see more things. So, because I think theatre's so powerful and so exciting. And yeah, just go, flipping it. Yeah, maybe I do drink a bit, and maybe I should think about that. It's tricky, isn't it? Because people go, but why give up? And I'll go, well, what about the health reasons? And they go, yeah, but you could get run over tomorrow, and it doesn't matter and all this. And I just go, oh yeah, I can't argue with that. But yeah, conversation. Yeah.
Well, I always say stuff, because when we have that, when they say, oh yeah, you could get run over tomorrow, I go, yeah, but you wouldn't throw yourself in front of a car, would you?
Yeah.
Like you could, but you try and walk on the pavement. It's like ebbing on the side of caution, isn't it?
So at HRT, I'll put that out there now. So everyone worries about taking HRT, don't they? For the health risk, but actually it's more dangerous to drink, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's linked more to breast cancer than actually HRT. And I think my friends will be there drinking the Prosecco saying, I don't know if I'm not going to take HRTs, I'm worried about this. And I think, oh God,
and the conversation is changing, definitely. But yeah, we definitely get that, like, oh, you shouldn't smoke. Oh, you definitely shouldn't smoke 3 bottles in, But I think there's a big, education gap with it, because it does cause. Last time we looked into it, there was 8 different types of cancer that it directly causes, and I'm pretty sure that's gone up.
Oh God, yeah, me.
Oh, poor Irish, no.
Oh.
I know.
You'd be going off and having a glass of wine now to calm down the stress that we've just caused. I'm only joking, Emma.
Do you guys not like being sober? Do you never just think, oh God, I'm bored? I'm just bored of being.
No.
Do you know what? What I really, really want to say is, at the beginning, right? I could not imagine my life without drinking. I didn't know
long
what
and boring,
I'd do.
wasn't it, at the
I
beginning?
didn't know how I'd relax. I didn't know how I'd chill out. I didn't know how I'd have fun. I didn't know how I'd deal with the fuck it moments. I just didn't know. And I kind of went.
The days were long, Lise, weren't they?
They were so long. Weekends were so long, and it was really. It was a really lonely place, because everybody I knew drank. Everybody. And when I decided to stop, they were going out drinking, and nobody were kind of ringing or seeing where I were or what I were doing. So I had to. And I suppose this is a lot why Be Sober started, because I needed to find people that got it, that weren't necessarily classing themselves as alcoholics or having a problem, but actually just weren't drinking and just wanted to do different stuff. And I think it gets so much easier. It is weird at first, and you've got to go into it really curious. One of the things I wanted to know was who am I without a drink, because it was such a big part of my identity. I used it for every emotion, because I didn't know, like Alex said before, any other way to deal with things. And I just wanted to know, who am I? How do I actually deal with situations? If I walk into a pub and I'm drinking because it makes me feel a bit anxious, am I ever going to learn to deal with that situation unless I put the drink down? Do you know what I mean? And I just kind of went in curious. And I promise it gets so much easier.
Not only easier, though. Not only easier, better.
Oh, so I'm 7 years in now, and I can honestly, when you were saying then about, you could get run over by a bus tomorrow, and people have said, but if you knew you were going to die next week, would you have a drink? And I can hand on heart say, no. Why the hell would I want to? I'd get to spend that full week with my daughters, my son, my granddaughter, my friends, and be present. Yeah.
I know, she's such a cool grandma.
Yeah, she well is, flipping it. So why did you stop then, Lisa?
My life was an absolute shit show. I was married to somebody that I'd met in a kitchen, pissed, and I shouldn't have ever got married.
It should be in the freezer. We've just ascertained that at the beginning of the podcast, but that's another story.
I had teenagers at the time, my 2 youngest were in a really bad crowd. They were just being an absolute nightmare. I was in an unhappy relationship. I was hungover. I was going out at a weekend to just shut off from how shit my life were. And I was going out and having fun and not really showing up, and I realised like it was a Monday morning, and I'd gone out for a couple on a Sunday, and I woke up so hungover, and I just thought, I've had enough. I've just had enough of feeling shit, and I needed really to be showing up for my kid. You think your kids are teenagers, and people are like, oh, they're teenagers now, they're fine. And actually what I discovered is they need you then more than ever. So I kind of needed to be really showing up for them and showing them that that's not what we do. And a big part was I wanted the people around me to stop drinking. So I never saw myself as having a problem. I just saw it as binge drinking at a weekend. And my mum drank every night back then. My partner was drinking all the time, and it was quite a volatile relationship. So really I stopped in a bit of a bid to stop other people. But when I stopped, I realised that my drinking was actually problematic. Do you know what I mean? I was doing really stupid shit. And like I said, I just went in curious. My mum, actually, when I stopped drinking, she was fuming at me. She was like, don't you be coming to me telling me, I don't know why people go on about it. I don't know why they put it all over the Facebook that they've done 6 months. I don't give a shit. This is what she was like. And she was fuming. And then I put a post on when I'd stopped drinking for 100 days, just the difference that I'd felt. And my mum read the post, and I'd said like I'm one of 20% of the population that choose not to drink. And she was like, oh, and she decided to stop drinking, and that was, yeah, and she's not drank since. And she's 63, my mum. She's got herself a camper van. She goes travelling on her own. She's always at so if you go and do this at a festival, she'll be there in a little camper van, going there, watching. It's changed her life from a bottle of red wine a night to living a best life. And within that time, we've got a family business, so that's kind of like gone.
Exploded. It's exploded.
Yeah, it's exploded. So my 2 daughters work for us. Everything just got better. And
that's what. When I talk to my husband, sometimes I'll go, right, I'm not drinking for a bit, and he'll go, good, you're better without it, you get more done. And I go, God, why did I do it? Why do I do it?
Yeah.
But it's that curious moment where you just had then of like, do you not get bored? So question before, the penultimate one, that do you not get bored? And I think that's the fear. There's the fear coming out of, will I get bored? Will I fill my life? But genuinely, I'm with Lisa on this. Not only it's just, life's just got better, and it's got more and more fun. And I found, and I know Lisa has as well, that I can just be the real me. I'm not being the me that goes to the pub, goes clubbing. Even though I enjoy those things, I still enjoy those things. But now I'm doing things that genuinely make me feel fulfilled, so I wake up and I'm like, oh, I've got this to do today, this to do. In fact, sometimes I just want to go and lie in my bed and hide because I've got so much to do.
You can do so, you do become so much more productive. Somebody once said to me though, like having a drink now would be like giving back all the gifts that sobriety's brought. And I'm like, I know, it does sound like so cliche, but would I give that back? Never. Never ever.
No, me neither.
I'm thinking, like, talking to you girls now, I'm thinking, right, yeah, I can do this. I need to sign up to be
sober. You can, Emma. It can be fun.
I'll tell you what, Emma.
Holiday.
You can go sailing again. If you get bored, just sail.
Emma, why don't you do our sober experiment? It's free. And it's me and Lisa, right back when we were first sober. You'll laugh at us because honestly, on some of them, all you can see are my eyes. I was that untrained. But it's what we did when we were experimenting with the first 30 days. So between us, after we'd got sober, we went, oh, what really helped? And we've done a little daily email each day based on what helped us.
Yeah, I might do, but can maybe start in September.
Start it whenever you want.
No, but it's funny because I'm going to start tomorrow. Start Monday.
Start whenever you're ready. And that's the thing. Go in with the mind of, I'm just going to see what it's like, but with a brand new take on it after this conversation.
I think
I'll send you the link and you sign up when you're ready and give it a go and let us know how you go on.
Just experiment. Like, you can't sign up until you're ready, but definitely, I'd always say, do it as an experiment. Just see.
30 days. I've done more than that in the past, but I'm just thinking, summer holidays, you know.
But do it with it, like you've said about be sober. If you do it, this is a different way than you've done it before. Do it with a bit of a different kind of look on it and have a go at our be sober experiment. We'll send you the link.
Tell you what, I'm getting bumped, but because I like for research, I'm like signing up for, and I do like listening to lots of podcasts. I then got bombarded to like join up and do all these courses. There's one lady at the moment, I just constantly in my inbox. Oh no, I don't need that. And you know, I haven't got the money for that at the moment. You know, but it would be good to have some support. You know, just that little email, as you say. And I might come on a camping weekend.
Oh, that would be so cool. We've actually got one. We're doing it with the Mountain Girl in October. So Anna's organising it for us, really. So you can book indoor accommodation there, or you can camp. Bear in mind, it is like October the 31st. But we've got loads of fun. We'll be doing paddle boarding. We've got some what else is on it?
I can't even remember, you know. Loads of like campfire stuff.
Yeah, campfire stuff, and there's a sound bath on there. There's like loads of different stuff, but that's October. So we'll send you a couple of links and you can have a look. There's no pressure, but it would be so good. We've got the Wales one coming up, but it's fully booked, that, isn't it?
Well, you say that.
I'm just thinking, I'm sure a place has literally come up like yesterday.
Well, two technically, one from a member and one from one of our speakers who can no longer.
Oh yeah, you could come and be a speaker.
Yeah, but I haven't stopped drinking.
Just come as Imogen for an hour. Come as Imogen, and then.
Send me all the links. Although you said my email wasn't working, didn't you, Ruth?
I don't know what happened there, Emma. I'll text them to you. I've got your number now. I won't always be in your inbox, though. I promise.
No, sorry.
But yeah, it'd be so good for you to give it a go, because I promise you, this one thing, nobody has ever woke up wishing that they'd been drunk the night before.
I always remember that. Oh, yeah, I know.
I don't know anyone that's like, for like even 30 days, 60 days, a year, 2 years, me nearly 7 years, that goes, oh, you know what? I really wish that I really wish that I'd not stopped drinking. I think I said that back to front. But do you know what I mean? Nobody regrets it.
You're right. I've some people drink because they're lonely. That's their friend. I've got a friend at the moment who's a bit like that. Just wants.
And that's why like finding like-minded people is so important. And when I say like-minded people, you've never met a bunch of people that are so opposite in your life.
No, they're all fun.
Yeah, like we all go out, and you know what happens? It's so much fun. Like you literally have the conversations that you'd have pissed at 3 o'clock in the morning within 10 minutes of meeting each other. You'll have people going, oh my God. And it's just like people they want to help, but they're so honest, and everybody seems to be on kind of their own little self-development journey. So everyone's dead forgiving of everything as well. Like,
they're like, you're like, oh, I got arrested 15 times. They're like, yeah, I got arrested 16.
Yeah.
See what? Sometimes when I don't stop drinking, because like I read the books, I go, well, I'm not like that. I'm not passing out. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not hurting anybody else. I'm not blacking out. So I always think, well, I haven't got a problem. I'm all right.
Well, that's what keeps us stuck, isn't it? Because I always say that as well. Like, you know, my dad was my benchmark. So I used to look at my dad and think, as long as I never drank like him, I've not got a problem. But it's not about looking sideways at other people's problems. If you're if it's causing you any problem, whether that be health, whether it be that you can't seem to relieve stress, that anything for you that's a problem is your problem. It doesn't have to be a drink problem. You don't have to fit a box because you don't have to fit a certain like description to stop. And I think that's what's really powerful. I like what you said as well, because it's just reminded me of something which we haven't talked about for ages, about being lonely and stuff like that. So it's really worth exploring that, I think, if anyone's listening and thinking, oh, I drink because I'm lonely. I think it's really worth exploring that, because like, are the friends at the bottom of the bottle? How are you stopping the loneliness in a drink?
I know, and I touched on this in the play, actually. Like, one character said, I did give up drinking for a month, and I go, oh, well, how did you find it? And you go, I did more, actually. I went to the cinema and I went to the theatre, and I did quizzes and stuff like that. And I think that's what you've got to do a bit more. Yeah,
you've got to work at it a little bit. You've got to replace it with something healthier or different. Like, you've got to change your life. You do. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got.
Are you still friends with the people that you used to drink with?
Not really.
Right, I know that's a really big fear that people have.
Look, I'm not ours.
But the truth is probably not, no.
Some of them, but for different reasons. So like, there are friends who I would only have gone out drinking with. But there are also friends who, when I went out drinking, that was our catch-up time, and we've just changed the way we catch up or change what we do, because actually my core values and their core values still align. We're just not necessarily both sober. So I've got a friend who lives down in Epsom, and and Lisa as well has been with her. The three of us, on the occasions we met, and Lisa met her through me, we would go out and get quite drunk together. She's actually over a year sober now, by just watching along. Never asked her to be, never mentioned it to her. But even though she would have a drink and I wouldn't, there was still a very core friendship there. So it didn't matter. That didn't change, and I think that's what changes. You've got true friends and you've got your superficial party animal friends, and they just go off because they maybe can't be arsed with you, and you definitely can't be arsed with them.
Yeah.
But you will make new friends, and I think that's the bit that I was a bit afraid of, like, what about such a body, and I don't do as much with my family now, because a lot of my family go out and drink and stuff. But I've got a brand new, and I know Lisa has, brand new set of friends. We've found them in Be Sober, but what a great, fantastic group. And I was going to say women, but they're not all women. People.
No pressure friends as well. Like,
you can say no, can't you?
Yeah, like you can say no. I love that. It's so much fun. Like, people go, oh, do you want to do this? And some people go, oh no, I don't fancy that. There's no judgment, there's no pressure. And then there's other people like trying new things. Like, I do think it's important to meet like-minded people, but you don't necessarily always have to meet them in a sober community either. Like, you can meet them
We've just discovered that, haven't we?
Yeah, like you can go to a yoga class and you might, if that's what you're into, and you'll meet people that are into that, or a gym. I go to my gym and it's like the pub, right? And I know that like sounds weird, but it's the same kind of like atmosphere when you go there, because it's a local gym. You kind of go in and you get the same like, hiya, you all right? What have you been up to? Blah, blah, blah. And it's got the same, I don't know, it's weird. I said it to my girl.
It's a community, isn't it? It's about meeting a community.
Yeah. So it's finding stuff that brings you joy that you can do instead of drinking, which can be really hard if you've only ever used drink from being, say, a teenager. Like, I didn't know what hobbies. I thought other people did things like sailing or, like paddle boarding or like, I didn't know that I could enjoy them things until I tried them, if you like. So it's just experimenting and finding new stuff and new.
Well, I love doing sport and stuff. So, yeah, I'd have to get on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that we've made you a bit curious.
Put pressure on yourself. That's a cycle as well of kind of going, I know I should do it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not, and you end up just kind of stuck in it as well. So when you're ready and you feel ready, because sometimes it takes a while to go, you know what, right, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think I will do it definitely after my holidays are out of the way and stuff like that.
Well, it's worth it, and I can't wait for you to have a sober holiday because they're even better.
I know, I've read about them as well. Keeper flipping heck. Girls, I better go to my rehearsals, pretending I'm drunk and...
Listen, enjoy it and all the best with the tour, and we'll see if we can get there on that Saturday.
Oh, please do. I'd love to meet you face to face. It'd be really nice. Because
it'll be dead good. I'll try and bring the Be Sober flag. I'll wave it from the back.
So, that'd be really good to meet you, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. It's been so lovely to meet you, Az, and thank you for getting the play out there and opening up the conversation, like I said.
Oh, thank you. That's brilliant. Thanks, girls. Cheers. Nice to meet you.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, how lovely was that?
I really enjoyed that. I can't say it without, because I feel like I'd be fibbing. Yeah. So we thought we'd better say a proper goodbye. So at the end, we was like, right, we'll pause instead of just ending it like, yeah, see you later. And we were both just saying like that full conversation feels like we've just come full circle.
It feels like we were able to revisit the beginning of our sober journey by accident.
Yeah, honestly, weird stuff has been happening this last couple of weeks, like synchronicities like that. And that was there was loads in that connected with the things that we'd said earlier on as well. So I really, really enjoyed that. And I hope that...
oh, look at your arm. I'm sorry. Your arm looked well good then.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
That's my left one as well.
Turn to the side a bit when you rocked then. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's a fit arm, that lace.
Yes, watch this. I've got a little bruise there.
Sorry, as you were back.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. I feel a little bit emotional that we're saying bye-bye to the Be Sober podcast, because it's been, for me and Lisa, it's been our little way of venting and getting through our sober journey to this point, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'd love a compilation now, if I could be asked making one of all our moments.
It'd just be loads of laughing. We'd do our own editing.
We have had such laughs, like from that very first episode where we absolutely laughed our head off for I've got goose pimples. It took so many takes, and how uncomfortable we used to be, and how much we've learned about each other in the Be Sober time. Like, we used to do the podcast in the living room. I had Jeffrey that used to fart.
I used to stink, and we had to keep a straight face.
Yeah,
in your clothes, in your wardrobe.
Yeah, we were so bothered about the sound that we had all the clothes around.
Remember how hot we were in that tent when you and Joe did that episode?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that. And I remember sat there with when we had Claire Pooley on, and was so nervous that we'd read these books and the guests that we were having on, but Claire Pooley come on and Jeffrey did a fart and we're trying to not, and we used to sit so close to each other, right? And I've learned in this time about me having ADHD and why I fidget so much, and how hard it is to sit still. And I remember in the early days like this, trying to be so still next to you.
And what about the time when William Porter came on and neither of us had ever met him, and he looked like my ex-husband?
He looked so much like him. And the balls that you had to get these guests on of I'm just going to ask him. And that guy that we did, that we literally spoke to somebody on death row.
I know.
Is he dead now?
I think so. They stay on death row for ages.
Oh, wow. We've rang, she rang through the prison to talk
the
to
prison
him.
would dial through that. They weren't fake, even though you can hear them recordings. They were real.
Yeah. And like how thingy we were about trying to get things right. And if we said something wrong, like you said something funny once about somebody being dead, Alan Carr being dead, do you remember?
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh my God, we can't put that out.
Yeah, no, we've literally just gone.
And now we just got record, see you, bye.
Yeah, it's been amazing, hasn't it? It's been a fantastic 6-year journey.
Yeah, and we've had our like regular listeners. We had, like you said, somebody emailed the other day and was like, I miss your podcast, girls. And to get stuff like that is just because it's so easy for us to do because we know each other so well.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes when we have those awkward days where we both stare and like,
yeah, we've got nothing to say.
But then we do. We still feel it.
Yeah, we just like find something. But yeah, we've had like our proper like avid listeners and supporters, and I think just to say thank you to everybody for supporting us and being with us on this absolute crazy journey. When I think like there was times in the early days I remember having to run off on a podcast because my son was having a mental health breakdown, and I'd to go in a safe house once in the early days. Yeah, told everyone I'd gone on a trip to Wales. I was in a safe house.
No, it's crazy.
Well, it weren't a safe house actually. They'd said like you need to go, and I was like, well, can I pick somewhere and just have a bit of a holiday? And they said yeah, so I did that.
Yeah, but it was a safe house because you weren't allowed to tell anyone where it was.
No, that is true. But looking back from them days, Alex, like how different is our life?
It's just mental, innit? The whole thing is absolutely mental. Also, I don't know why I feel the need to say this, right? It's so irrelevant, but I do need to say it. We're taking our music with us.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're taking it. So the music, I listened to it before, actually, and it doesn't sound like we think it sounds. So we wanted a version of Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. Unwritten, is that what it's called? Yeah. So we based our intro and outro music on that song.
Yeah.
And this was before she come back in fashion again, by the way.
Yeah, it was. We brought her back in fashion.
Yeah, we brought her back in fashion.
Don't forget it, Tasha.
Yeah, because this has been like 6 years. She only come back in fashion like a couple of years ago.
Because of us.
But yeah, that is kind of based on that. Anyway, I was listening to it before and I was like, I don't think anyone would know that song was like based on that.
But that was the point, wasn't it? Because we wanted it with those vibes.
Well, no, it's because we weren't allowed it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We wanted those vibes without ripping it off.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we're keeping it.
Yeah, we are keeping it. So you'll hear our music and obviously we're just staying the same.
Yeah. So go follow us on Instagram, unwritten_podcast.
It's not called Unwritten. That's the song.
Is. Oh, rewritten. Rewritten _ I'm like, yeah, it is.
So you won't actually know. Check Unwritten, check Rewired and check Rewritten. It'll be one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start again. Let's tell people what it's called. Go on.
Rewritten.
Oh, the bloody Instagram page.
Rewritten _podcast. You'll know it's us because there's only mine and Alex's personal accounts following it.
Because it's us as well. Like you'll see.
Yeah, and it's at the moment the actual cover has not been revealed, so it's just yellow writing that says rewritten.
Oh, has it not got our faces on it? And I follow it.
No.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you haven't got our faces on it. Ignore what I just said.
No.
We'll have soon, though.
But that's where we're going to announce it, and we're dead excited. It's going to be on YouTube as well. So.
Hey.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Alex. I'm just thinking like, what a journey.
I know. I love you.
I love you.
Oh, I love you all as well, but not as much as I love Lisa.
I love it. I'm dead grateful for every guest, every listener, because we do forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I find it hard when people tell me what I've been doing. I think, how do you know? And then I've already told them.
But we're not coming back. This really is the end, just so you know, we promise.
Yeah, and the rewritten one is going to be different. It's not going to be based around sobriety. It's going to have lots of different things on.
Yeah, so if you don't want to be shocked by us and you don't want to hear our inner thoughts, don't.
Yeah, Alex's inner truth coming out. It's going to be so good. I can't wait.
No, I can't.
I want to do it now. Look, we've got our new mics for it ready.
Yeah. I think before though, right, it's somewhere in the podcast, there was a gurgle from, like, you know, when you do an inside gurgle.
Oh, do you think it'd pick up? It won't pick up.
No, I hope not. It felt like it was right there going, yeah.
It won't pick
I
up.
hope not. I hope not.
It won't. Right, let's go. It's
All
weird.
right then. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning into our podcast. We really do appreciate your support. So to stay updated with our latest episodes, be sure to follow or subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to share the Be Sober love with your friends, helping us reach even more people.
If you're interested in learning more about the impactful work we do, or you want to become part of our incredible Be Sober community, visit our website at besoberofficial.com. There you'll find all the information you need and discover how you can get involved. We look forward to welcoming you into our community of change makers. Until next time, be brave,
Be kind, and be sober.